To Nabeel Math Academy. This is Dr. Mohammed. In this video, we are going to discuss about the dot product of two vectors. So here, the vector A and B is there. I want to calculate the dot product of these two vectors. So here we will take this one. This is actually A1I plus A2J plus A3K. So this is the A vector into dot the B vector. The B is B1I plus B2J plus B3K. B3K. So this is the vector. So when you take a dot product with this one, so multiply the corresponding terms. So the I term you have to multiply, the J term you have to multiply, the K term you have to multiply. And since the I dot I and J dot J, K dot K is equal 1, therefore you will get A1 B1 plus A2 B2 plus A3 B3. So this is the dot product of two vectors. So this is a geometrical representation of the dot product. If you have a vector B and A, so you can calculate this one. This length is nothing but the magnitude of A into cosine theta, this length, and the whole thing is the magnitude of the B vector. And if you want to calculate the angle between these A and B, this is the formula. A dot B is equal the magnitude of A, magnitude of B, and cosine theta. So whenever the theta is asking, we will use this rule. And when you have the A dot B more than 0, the angle will be acute. It will be less than 90. When it is equal to 0, it is equal to 90. The theta will be 90. We say it is a perpendicular. So A and B are perpendicular to each other when the theta is equal 90. So when you get the less than 0, it is obtuse angle. It is more than 90 degree. So here we will have some properties of the dot product. If you have a three vector A, B, C and let the C be the scalar. Let this C will be the scalar. So what are the property? If you take a dot product of the same vector, you will get a magnitude of the vector. So here this is the A dot B commutative property. A dot B is equal B dot A. Now this is a associative property. A dot B plus C is equal, I can multiply A dot B plus A dot C. So this is the third one. Now if you want to multiply with the scalar here, the scalar, so here this is a scalar C. This is a scalar. Some number you are multiplying with the matrix. So it is equals to, after taking the dot product, you can multiply. This is equal, or you can multiply with the vector B and take the dot product. It is all are going to be a same vector. When you multiply with the zero vector, any vector multiply with the zero, dot product of 0 with the 0, the value will be 0. Now let us start with the first problem. Here we will have I and J. It is a I and J. So I want to take a dot product of this one. Just multiply. This is the A vector is equals to I plus 4J and B vector is equal 3I minus J. So if you take a dot product, A dot B is equal, given by multiply this part, you will get 6. Multiplication 2 into 3, 6. I dot I becomes 1. And then plus into minus, minus. Therefore 4 into 1, which is equal minus 4. So this is the first rule. This is the dot product. And by the way, this is the, whenever you will take the dot product of these two vector, you will get a scalar, not a vector value. So this is not a vector. So we have to multiply. It is 6 minus 4, which is equals 2. So always you will get vector. There is no ijk. So which is a purely a scalar, where you don't have the scalar, the unit vector ijk, we don't have it here. Then let us go with the next example. If you have the three things, so I want to take a dot product of these two vector. Let it be a vector, this is a B vector, and I want to calculate the A dot B. So when you multiply with the A dot B, multiply these two terms. Minus 1 into 6, which is equal minus 6. Then 7 into 2 plus 14. The next one 4 into minus half, which is equal to, I can write it here, minus 4 into 1 over 2. I multiply. Now simplify this one. This is cancel. You will get what? 2. Minus 4 plus 14 minus 2. So here you will get 14 minus 8. So 14 minus 8, which is equal 6. So which is a scalar unit, not a vector one. So always whenever you multiply the dot product, if you take a dot product of any two vectors, you will get a scalar quantity. So here also the same thing. So I, there is no I value here, therefore it is 0 I. Here you will have 0 I. So you will get this one, the first value will be 0, the next value 2 into 2, which is equal 4, minus into minus, which is plus 3. So therefore is equal 7. So the dot product is equal to 7. Now this is the notes already we have taken. Whenever you want to calculate the angle between the vector A and B, so we will use A dot B equal the magnitude of A, magnitude of B, cosine theta. If you want to calculate the theta value, just move the magnitude A and magnitude B over. So you will get the same formula. The same formula we will rewrite in this format, cosine theta equal. So if you have a dot product is equal 0, the theta value is equal 90, as we already know. And whenever you will get a dot product is equal 0, we say it is orthogonal. Orthogonal means what? It is a perpendicular. So A and B are perpendicular to each other. So let us start with the next one here. If the vector A and B have a length, here there is an angle you have to find, the dot product you have to find, but the problem is here there is no vector is given. Instead of giving a vector, he is giving the length is given. The length of the vector A and B is given, and also the angle is given. So I have to calculate the A dot B. For in this case, we will use this formula. We will use this formula. So A dot B is equal magnitude A, the length of B, and cosine theta. So this is given. What is given in the question? Given in the question, this is the length of A is 4, length of B is 6, and the theta value is equal pi over 3. Now when I substitute the values here, A dot B becomes, so it is 4 into 6 into cosine pi over 3. Cosine pi over 3 is nothing but 60 degree. So what is cosine pi over 6? Pi over 3. So which is equal half. So this is 24 into half, which is equals 12. So in this is a special problem where we will don't have the vector form. A and B is not given, but instead of giving a vector, it is given the length of a and B and the theta value. So we will use this rule. If the vector is given direct, so it's direct. Now in this problem, the next example, we will have it here. Find the angle. Here also we will have to find the angle, but there is two vectors are given. So we have to calculate everything. So A vector, I want to calculate this one, the length of A. What is the length of A here? Square root of 4 plus 4 plus 1. So which is equal root 9 is equals 3. Now what is the length of B? So length of B is equal square root of 25 plus 9 plus 4. So which is equals here 38. So it is square root of 38. Now I write it the values here. If you want to calculate the angle, so A dot B is equal the length of A, length of B, length cosine theta. I want the cosine theta, move this part here. So you will get cosine theta is equal A dot B over the length of A, length of B. So before substituting this value, I have to calculate one more thing, which is a dot product of A and B. What is the dot product of A and B? So multiply this part, you will get 10. Now 2 into minus 3, minus 6. Then minus 1 into 2, which is equal minus 2. So the answer will be 10 minus 8, which is equal 2. So all this value I just substitute in the formula. So you will get this is A dot B, which is equals to the length of A, which is equals 3, and it is square root of 38. Now this is a cosine theta. I want the theta value, just take a inverse. So you will get cosine inverse of 2 over 3 root 38. So after substituting the values using the calculator, we will get it. The value is equal 84 approximately. This is the 84 degree. So this is how we will calculate the values of the angle theta. Now in the next one, you have to show this vector is perpendicular or orthogonal to this vector. So I have to take a dot product. I have to show this one is equal 0. So I have to show the dot product is equal 0. A dot B is equal 0. Then only we will say it is a perpendicular or orthogonal. The theta value is equal pi over 2. So here we will have a 2i plus 2j minus k into this is 5i minus 4j plus 2k. Then we multiply. What is the multiplication here? 2 times of 5, which is equals 10, plus into minus minus 8, plus into minus minus 2. So 10 minus 2, 10 minus 10, which is equal 0. Therefore A is perpendicular to B, or we can say A is orthogonal to B. A and B are orthogonal to each other. So this is a perpendicular. So the vectors are perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular. Or we can say here A is perpendicular to B. Now the next one, it is a direction cosine. In the direction cosine, we have to remember this formula here. The direction cosine is given by, if you have a vector and this is a1 vector. So this is the point. You will have this point is nothing but a1 comma a2 comma a3. So how will you calculate the alpha? Alpha is with the angle formed with the x-axis, beta is the angle formed with the y-axis, gamma is the angle formed with the z-axis. Now you can write it this one, cosine alpha is equal a1 over the length of a. Cosine beta is equal a2 over length of a3 over length of a, which is a cosine gamma. So if you add it all, the cosine square alpha, cosine square beta, cosine square gamma, this is equal 1. So here we will do it this part as length of the A is equal, this is the vector. So we will use this one whenever the question is asking the direction cosine. So here the question is asking find the direction angle. So difference between the angle and direction angle. So whenever the question is asking the angle between the two vector, you will calculate this part. Whenever it is angle, the direction angle of only one vector, we will calculate using the direction cosine. So here we will have, first of all, we will take the cosine alpha. So a value, a vector is given by here 1 comma 2 comma 3. This can be written as 1i plus 2j plus 3k. So in the vector form. So first of all, I have to take it in all the thing I need it here, the length. So square root of 1 plus 4 plus 9, which is equal root 14. Now what is cosine alpha? That is a1 over the length of a. What is the x component? So the I component. Here you have 1 over root 14. So this is the alpha. Now, now what about the beta? Cosine beta, that is a2 over length of a. So this is 2 over root 14. Then cosine gamma, which is equal a3 over length of a, which is equal 3 over root 14. So this is a cosine alpha. So what is the alpha now? Cosine inverse of 1 over root 14. So by using calculator, we will get this value is equal 74. You can check your answer by using calculator, and the very important thing, the calculator should be in the radian mode. Now this is the cosine beta. Now beta is equal cosine inverse of 2 over root 14. So 2 over root 14, the value of using calculator, it is equal 58 approximately. Now the next one, this is gamma, cosine gamma. So cosine gamma. So gamma is equal cosine inverse of 3 over root 14. So which is equals to gamma is equal 37 degree. 37 degree. That's it. Now here we will have a scalar projection of B on A, vector projection of B on A. So this one we call it as a direction cosine. So this part here, this formula is the direction cosine. Direction cosine. If the question is asking direction cosine, stop it here. If there is asking the direction angle, you have to calculate the angle alpha, beta, gamma. Alpha, beta, gamma. So here we will use the scalar projection. This is the formula we have here. The dot product over the length of A. And the vector projection of B on A, this is the formula A dot B over the length of A, or you can write it as with this formula, the length of A square and the vector A. So here, if you see this part, so it becomes, this is the, if you take a dot product, you will get a scalar. And here, this is the length is also a scalar. When you multiply with the vector, the final output will be a vector. The vector. But here you will have what? This is also a scalar. The length of also a scalar. Therefore, you will get a scalar. So that's why this we call it as a scalar projection, and this one we call it as a vector because the output is a vector. Now let us start with this one. So I want to calculate the scalar projection as well as the vector projection of the two vector B and B on to A. So first of all, I have to calculate the dot product. One by one we will calculate here. So first of all, this is the scalar projection. Scalar projection of B onto A. So this is the first one. So this is the scalar projection B on A, which is given by the dot product of AB over the length of A. So what are the dot product here? So when you multiply the dot product here, you will get it minus 2 plus 3 and plus 2. So by multiplying this part minus 2, then here you have a plus 3 and we will have 2 into 1 which is equals 2 over square root of the length of A, 4 plus 9 plus 1, which is equal to get cancelled. So it is 3 over root 14. 3 over root 14, which is a scalar. Now we will calculate the vector projection on B on A. That is the vector projection. Vector projection, that is projection B on A, is given by A dot B over the length of A square into A. So everything we have calculated already. See here. So up to this part, it is already there. So this one, which is already there here. So everything which is there, just you have to square it. No need to calculate the new things. So I will calculate here. So A dot B we have calculated, which is 3 over the length of A, which is equal 14. But the problem here, the only change whole square, the length square into A. What is A here? The A value is the vector which is minus 2 comma 3 comma 1. So if you simplify, you will get 3 over 14. So minus 2 comma 3 comma 1. So this is a vector. This is the vector. If you multiply inside, you will get here 6 minus 6 over minus 6 over 14 comma 9 over 14 and 3 over 14. If you simplify further, so it becomes, this is 3 over 7. So this is a vector. So you can return this vector in the other form, 7 over 3 minus 3 over 7i plus 9 over 14j plus 3 over 14k. So either you can write it in this format, ijk format, or in the bracket format. So this is a vector projection. Now this is the last problem of this topic, which is the application. How will you calculate the work done? So work done, we already know it is the force into the displacement. So force applied and the particle moves in the displacement, F into D. So this is the dot product. So I will calculate the length of the magnitude of F, magnitude of the displacement, and then cosine theta. So when you have these 2 points are given, you have to convert these 2 points into the vector first. This is the points are given. If the vector is given, well and good. If it is not given, therefore if 2 points are given, we have to convert into the vector form, and then we will take the dot product. Let us start with this one here. So a wagon is pulled a distance. This is the distance is given. So first of all, we will take all the information from the question. What are the things which is given here? So here it is given displacement, it is 100 meters, and with the force which is what, 90 newtons. And the handle of the wagons is held at an angle theta. So theta value is 35 degree above the horizontal. Find the work done by the force. So it is the work done is equal F into D. So what is the F? F into D, which is equal absolute F, that is, sorry, so this is a magnitude actually. So magnitude of F, magnitude of D, and then cosine 35. So here I just substitute the value 70, 100, cosine 35. So by using the calculator, because it is not a standard angle, use the calculator. So you will get 5734, and this is a unit meter per joule, or we can say it is a in terms of joule, the work done. So this is the application problem. In the next one, here it is the difference between the last problem and this problem. Here the angle is given, but here there is no angle are given. So whenever the angle is not given, we will take directly the dot product. So here angle given, angle is given. That's why we will use this formula. We will use this formula. Here there is no angle, no angle given. So whenever no angle given, just we will take the dot product, the dot product of these vectors. So we will use this rule, F into D, that's it. But the problem is here, the F is direct. Given is what? The F is given. F is 3i plus 4j plus 5k. Well and good. Now the next one, it is given as a P and Q. The displacement, it should be a vector from the P to Q. So just you will calculate the minus 4 minus 2, which is 2, comma 6 minus 1, which is 5. 2 minus 0, which is 2. So this is the vector we have, 2i, 5j plus 2k. So since these 2 points are given, we will construct first the vector. After that, the work done will be very simple. Just you have to take a dot product. No need to use the formula. So if you take a dot product, you will get 3i, 4j, 5k into dot product 2i plus 5j plus 2k. So multiply the dot product, 3 into 2, which is 6. Then plus into plus plus, which is 4 into 5, 20, plus 5 into 2, which is equals 10. So which is equals 36 joule. This is the unit, joule. Thank you.